decided to take the journey into the horror unmasking. I said that wrong. So after much procrastinating, you have decided to take the journey into Unmasking the Horror tour. So here's a video all about how to have fun and get the best that you can get. And if you're not following us on Twitter, Instagram, on the community posts, I do ask these questions, and that's how we discover some of the questions that we are going to tackle in this video. So thank you all to everybody that responded. Some really great questions. What are some of the most interesting facts that you found on any of your tours? Now, I've taken this tour for years. I think I've been going to this tour since, I want to say HHN 23. I'll be honest, I have what they call HHN fog brain. It's basically where you go to the year, you experience things, you kind of have your favorite moments, and then it's all kind of wiped away in fog brain. Usually me and my tour group, we typically will hang in the back of the tour group to kind of take photos, enjoy the house, look around. Have I retained any of that cool bonus stuff? Sorry to tell you, no. I'm a huge HHN lore buff and planning on going this year. Any tips for first timers for this tour? Oh boy, do I have plenty. If you're just going on the tour, just walking around, you're not gonna really take any photos. This stuff kind of primarily doesn't really retain to you, but I know for me, like, I travel with 3 lenses, extra cameras, so I got to make sure all of that stuff is dead set and ready, because once you're on the tour, you're on the tour.
Hey, tour guide, I gotta go back to the hotel to charge my device. I'll be right back.
Oh, you turned it the wrong way.
As well as if you're taking a morning tour, I would recommend eating something. If you're a coffee drinker, definitely pick up some coffee beforehand, just to kind of get you going, because you won't stop for lunch until you've done a couple of the houses. So keep that in mind, as well as some of the houses get rather dark. Even though there are lights on tour, it can be kind of dark. So I do recommend traveling with like a extra little light if you can. So this time I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna actually travel with this little like light that I got. Really great light, by the way. USB-C like charged. It's a power bank as well, so I can charge other devices. It's a RGB light. But I am gonna travel with this in the house, light up something so I can get like a good picture. I would rather get something with a little bit of light on it, you know, nothing, because then you got to play around with the editing and shadows and stuff. Bring some comfortable shoes, comfortable clothing as well. Sometimes these soundstage houses can get a little colder, so don't think you're gonna go in there with like sandals and shorts and like a tank top. You might be a little chilly inside some of these houses. Just a note about that. And bring comfortable shoes, because you're doing walking from the Blue Man Group Theater all the way to the sound stages, all the way from the sound stages to the back tent houses and the parade building. So you're actually doing a full like walking tour. How long do the tours normally last? I am doing my first one this year. So for the 3-house tour, it typically will last about 2.5 hours. So if you're doing the longer, bigger one, the 6-house tour, it can actually last up to about 5 hours for that one. And that's obviously including stopping for lunch, any bathroom breaks, and then all the walking through the sound stages and through the actual mazes themselves. Question: which tour, 3 or the 6, is recommended for a first-time attendee? If you have the funds, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest doing the 6-house tour, because you get the bang for your buck. Even if you take 6 and maybe you don't care about 5 out of 6, you still have a decent ratio. For instance, like last year, I know that was a 3-house tour, and I really only cared about doing the Legendary Truth House. So it really wasn't worthwhile for me to take that tour, especially going down so much in hotel travel and just spending the money on everything else that comes along with traveling horror nights. It really wasn't worth it. After taking the 6-house tour earlier on in the season, I got pretty much my fill for that year. And the next question, are the houses shown on the tour set or do they change them up? No, actually the houses are set. Once they're announced, then that information will be revealed what's on the actual tours themselves. They don't really ever change them up unless it's on the spot and something happens to where maybe they're doing, I don't know, they're filming media stuff in the house, or maybe they're doing construction, and they do list in the terms of service that, you know, everything's subject to change. You never know what's going to happen. They might switch out one house for another just because, like I said, for whatever reason, they can't take you into the house. It's like a 98% chance that you're going to see those houses. So they don't change them up. They don't just switch it up on the spot. They just don't decide one day. Now, if there are multiple tour groups on that same day, they do different rotations. So you might go see the sound stages while the other tour group who's also there that day, they might go to the 10 houses. That way everyone kind of gets to enjoy their own experience with their tour group. And if you have any questions, you can drop them down right below in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer them best as my knowledge. As well as we did a video about last year's Unmasking the Horror tour, taking you along the journey, showing you what it's like, what exclusives you get, giving you sort of a sneak peek into what it was like doing the tour. You can check out that video right here, as well as click that subscribe button. And thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you on another video very, very soon. Peace out.